Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Monifactory. Alright, so it has been a while since the last video, and it might seem strange because this video is going to be coming out after another episode. Long story short, I took a hiatus, I'm back, realized that I had a whole episode 70 that I never got around to rendering, so that will be up before this one, of course. So this is when I have officially started back up on the Let's Play. Okay, first things first, I'm going to get rid of that death waypoint. And yeah, that's another thing. I updated the pack to the version, I believe it is 0.12.9, whatever. Well, not, I wouldn't say whatever, but you know, the latest version, last I saw anyway. And with the pack upgrade, there was one big change that I'm kind of happy with, kind of interested in. Sorry, my words don't come out the way I want them to sometimes. That being said, Microminers have changed. Now, when we send... Oh, let me get rid of that highlight feature. Now, when we send off a Microminer, we get the Microminer back. It's... Well, if you have seen my previous season, they're kind of like the stabilized versions of the Microminers, in that they come back with the mission, or they don't get used up. Now, I believe there still is the stabilized, yes. And... okay, yeah, so I guess you get the ship back as well. Oh, okay. So there's no more primal matter, or whatever it was called before. You send off the ship and the parts, and you get back the parts in the ship. So there's no more having to do Cobblestone and the thing and whatnot, and make a matter actual, what's it called? The matter realization machine. Anyway, so back to what I was getting at. Microminers will have to be repatterned, and I think I've already repatterned some things. So let's see. I did have to make a rock salt mission because I was getting things back up and running with the pack, and I was making some machines and getting things ready to go again. Anyway, I made the recipe to get rock salt and saltpeter because, long story short, I needed it for ammonium hexachlororidinate. I think I said that right the first time. But long story short, it was needed for a multi-block. Anyway, so we also have this extra piece involved in our Microminer missions called the basic drilling kit, at least for the tier 1 anyway. And as you can see, it also requires a iron drill head. The basic drilling kit, nothing crazy. Circuits, motors, plates, and glass. Right, so that's pretty basic. Now, if I were to go for the T3, for example, okay, still the basic drilling kit, but then we're going to need a tungsten steel drill head, for example. And as like before, we'll get... oh yeah, and that's another thing. Any mission that brings back metals, like iron, for example, the missions have been changed to give back raw ore instead. So no more blocks. Now you just get the raw. And there's no real difference in there because we're still putting the raw materials through the ore pulverization machines, right? So no big deal there. Okay, let's see if there's any other major changes I've made. Nothing in here, I think. Nothing over there. Nothing in here yet. I think the gist of the big things I've done off camera are going to be down below. Let's see. Nothing over here. Oh yes, I did add an extruding machine, large extrusion machine, and this is going to be useful for, well, pipe extruding. And along with the engraver machine, there's a lot of recipes that I need to move over. But now that we have this extruding machine, I'll be able to have other recipes in here, like the normal pipes, the huge pipes, so on and so forth. I did have to make a pattern for the stainless steel fluid pipe, and I needed that for a multi-block of some sort that I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, that is about the gist over there. Where was that? Is it this room? Okay, so last episode I was getting into the data bank multi-block, effectively a way to, so you know how with the assembly line before there was a data hatch, you can kind of see a little spoiler here, there was a data hatch that would hold 9 different data sticks, and that was how we, in tandem with the extended pattern provider, we would have the assembly line make an item. But if we're going to scale things up, we needed a way to send the pattern or the item information to more than one assembly line, while also expanding how much inventory we have to hold those data sticks. So it is here that we have the data bank. Right, so the data bank right now is using as much as up to 8,000 EU per tick. It provides data, as you can see here. You come up here, you'll see data access hatch, data access hatch, and data access hatch. Here we have all of the data sticks that would have been in the assembly line before, but now they're stored in here. So we can have up to 27 patterns. And if we needed to, we could make the 16 slot. Now, mind you, that's going to need ZPM, so we're not quite there yet. Well, maybe we might be soon, but anyway. Now, we have at the back here, we have the optical data transmission hatch, and we have this cable. Now, if we come down here, and I will probably clean this up later, it's kind of was proof of concept to myself when I was building all of this. You come up here and we have the optical data reception hatch, and that will send all of the data stick memory, if you will, into the assembly line so that it can make the patterns that we have here. Now there are some items that I don't exactly have in the data access, so I'll have to figure out where those went, or if they were destroyed, remake them. Okay, now I could be mistaken, but there might be some other things that were not covered yet. We have the turbines there, and we have the fusion reactor. Yeah, I'm gonna want to be scaling these up, in that I want more of them so that we can stop depending on high octane gasoline, because that was an issue when I booted the world up the other day. Turns out we were out of gasoline, but because I had the turbines, I was able to jumpstart the hog production, and I want to say it was a matter of some item or fluid not being able to go in or out of the system, but my memory is not that great. Okay, so starting episode today. Where was that room again? Okay, yeah, so here is the data bank. Now, the other thing that I want to get around to making is the research station, the HPCA, as it were, here, the High Performance Computation Array. just your average supercomputer used to generate computation and heat. It requires HPCA components to generate compute work units. There we go. And this is kind of what it looks like. It looks more or less like a data rack, or a server rack rather. A very big server rack. That being said, we also are going to want this big boy here. Kind of looks like a blender or something, like a milling machine with a little pillar here. That's going to require quite a bit of blocks. So we're going to want to get to making this all. Now I'm going to have to push this wall back and have the HPCA over here, as well as a research center. So you know what I might do? That's what, 3 blocks wide. So I'll have like the research machine right here, and then have the HPCAs off to the left, right? So let me do this. Actually, before I cut away, the HPCA, it's going to require some materials there. So what I might do instead, I want to go and get these patterned up, and then get them requested. And off camera, I'll go and knock down that wall, make some more room, and we'll go from there. Okay, so how much am I going to have to pattern here? Quite a bit, it looks like. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. Okay. So here's another thing that I learned regarding the Cobblestone renaming situation. Assuming that I have the system set up properly, if I come down here, I think it's in this. Now, where is it again? I think it was in the mid-floor section. Here we go. So here's this little loop here, right? So we have an export bus set to use stocked items. Do not use stocked items, use stocked items. Okay. And that's pretty much all I needed there. I have the Cobblestone machine blocks here, and I think the only thing that I may have forgotten is that I need to have a named Cobblestone in the storage for each time that I do this, because I think before I've been renaming the existing Cobblestone. In any case, we'll go back up to pattern here, right? And we're going to say HPCA there, and that all should be good to go. I don't think I need... Okay, that's probably going to need the LUV hatch if I'm not mistaken. Well, it seems to not clarify precisely the minimum energy hatch. Let's see if it, yeah, it kind of comes around. It's IV16, IV, yeah. Let's just go with LUV for now. I mean, I still have some things crapped up here. We'll come back to that matter when it comes time to it. Where do the... Oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to want to put this in here. Now, is there anything in there? No. Okay. So let's drop down here. Get that inserted there. And put you in there. Okay. Apps block, I swear. Oh my God. There we go. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna need that. Turn off the engine. There we go. I'm gonna need the HPCA back, just so I can easily swap this in and out when I need to put in a new pattern, or make a new pattern for these blocks here. All right, so we're gonna need empty HPCA component, and I'm already seeing an issue here. We're going to need to make that. But first, I think that was universal IV. So we're going to go boom, right? And PCB coolant. Okay, just, oh boy. Polychlorinated biphenyl. Biphenyl dust. Oxygen and benzene. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. All right, time to go down the rabbit hole, boys. So maybe I don't cut away just yet. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Okay, so benzene and oxygen gas. Don't need that there. Now we should have benzene, correct? Correct. Okay. So was it high speed? High speed LCR? Excuse me. Now, if I request that up, all right, should have no problem making it. Cool, cool. Now with the biphenyl, we now make the polychlorinated biphenyl. Polychlorinated biphenyl, that is, sorry. But we are going to need to make a dedicated cell for that. So let's go ahead and get a fluid cell here. All right. And I guess we're going to need another one for the PCB fluid. So polychlorinated, where was the, there you are. Polychlorinated biphenyl. Polychlorinated biphenyl. Okay. Plop over here. Put you in there. And why are you there? Matter. Okay, so... Oh, I did put the... Did I not make the... Polychlorinated biphenyl? Need you there. Darn it. High speed. Okay, cool. We got that. Next. Oh, I guess that is it. Just need to make the PCB coolant then. Okay, so PCB coolant. And we'll grab the 1K. In the go. PCB coolant. Bada boop. In you go. Okay, dokie. So, PCB coolant. Once more into the LCR. Coolant. That's not a good sign. Did I screw up? Mixer. Oh, scheiße. Okay, let's go undo that. Where my plunger at? Okay. PCB coolant, take you out. I have a problem with rushing. Okay. Cancel you. Redo. There we go. Okay, so there's our PCB. Now, for the empty HPCA component, that goes into the assembler. So in you go. Okay, so we have that down. We need the computational data transmission hatch next. LUV, ZPM. I think we have all of this here. Right? We have universal ZPM. Yes, okay. And just to make sure again, assembler, right? I am going to need to make another data hatch or another input hatch. Okay. that's good. Anything down here? Okay, so let's go with the advanced computer casing next. Yeah, it's going to be cobalt. Everything should be good there as well. Excuse me. Okay, so we don't have any more room, so we're going to need to go make input hatch. We'll go medium. Why not? Pattern. Okay, where was the assembler room? Should be here, right? Assembler. Shit. What did I break? Okay, we're good. Okay, oh. Damn it. Shoot. Wait. Can I? I might be able to put another one right up in here. Wait a minute. Is this what I think? That's the large assembly factory, yes. It's a circuit assembly. There's no way to make those any larger. Yeah, that's a 1 circuit. That's a 6. Oh, that's gonna be a tricky one. Wait, that's technically a 0. Could put that in there. I mean, if it works, it works. Right, the advanced computer casing does not. Yep, okay, no circuit there. Yeah, I might have to scooch this output bus over one and then put another input bus right here. And then I guess I could just put a red. I wonder if it really matters. I might just do blue cable just for the sake of it. But yeah, that'll be a thing that I will have to attend to at a different time. And advanced computer casing, it's got a lot to do here. It's got to make iridium, all of that there. Okay, so back to business. So we still have HPCA component, the HPCA block itself. Ooh. Okay. So let's take care of this. We are going to want a data stick. Is that? Oh, it's got the data bank controller on it. And then what was was it a monitor? Yeah, there we go. Now, is that going to have a problem? It might. Is it making another wafer right now? Oh, there's a monitor. And there's the data stick, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go over, not to that room. Pop over to the data scanner. That will be 2 minutes. HPCA. Monitor. Yeah. Okay. So that will take some time. Meanwhile, let's get the pattern. Interesting. Okay, so let me first make sure of something. Never remember what room it's in. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, these hatches are empty. Okay, cool. I'm not hard coding any of the fluids in there. Let's go ahead then and get the HPCA pattern here. Bada boom. So it's going to need all of this. We don't have uranium, rhodium, dinaquadide wire. Nor do we have that. Okay. So I'm going to take that and come back to it. LUV field generator. Okay, so we've got to take care of this now. Data stick. And then I'm pretty sure I need a IV field generator. Okay. Okay, what was that one fluid? Diaquadide? Dinaquadide? Hot uranium, rhodium, dinaquadide. So, how's that gonna come out? Naquadah, rhodium, uranium. Rhodium, uranium, dust, and Naquadah. Okay, plenty of that. Okay, so dinaquadide. We're gonna need a mixer of ZPM probably. Unless I go the ABS method. Okay. Trinium, however. Do I have trinium on my ABS? Do I even make trinium? Don't think I did. Well, I have trinium ingots. Question is, it's gonna need a ZPM assembler. Oh, good lord. Enriched Naquadah. Okay, so we don't even have enriched Naquadah yet. I feel like I'm running down a rabbit hole I'm not ready for yet. Let's back up here and try to see where we're at. Okay, so there's a data bank. If I can I not zoom in? There we go. So we have the data bank. We have the HPCA. And the research station. Oh, it's blocked behind that. Right, to research ZPM and higher, the function of this multi-block is similar to the scanner. Replace the data orb. Okay, let me look back on something here. Maybe was it the research? What was I looking at? Yeah, so there's the uranium, rhodium, dinaquadide. Okay, so ZPM, technically I need to get into that now, because there's the UV, or the beginning of the UV rather. There's a UV right there. And with the new update, the quest book has these locks on them. My brain just went blank for a minute. The Dina Quad-eyed. Enriched Naq. Where is that? Oh, I forget how to go about this. So there's the raw Naquadah, but not Naquadah dust. Enriched Naquadah solution. Was it Enriched Naquadah Ingot? How did this go down again? What enriched Naquadah? I'm going in a circle here. Wait. Enriched Naquadah dust. Okay, so there's the enriched Naquadah sulfate. Oh, so there's that right there. Okay. So the enriched Naquadah needs a blast furnace. That's funny. I thought I would have had set this up, but it's gonna need Naquadah coils. Naquadah or better, right? So there's the Naquadah. I swear I keep changing the pronunciation of that. Naquadah, whatever. Okay, so we have technically first source of Naquadah and Caymanite for trinium via mission with stabilized plutonium. Later on, you can get Naquadah from Glacio. Simple other things with the microminer can give you a beryllium, palladium, and rarest metal mixture. Okay, I know I've done. I'm pretty sure I've made this before. You cannot skip a coil material anymore. Okay. Okay, so let's change gears here. We need to see about making Naquadah coil blocks, which we've already have patterned. Okay. So I think I'm gonna need 5 more of that. And stupid BattleNet. Go away, phone. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna get some things taken care of here. I'm going to put these patterns away for the moment so they don't take up space. And we're gonna get these Naquadah coil blocks. So the check marks here, I believe that means that we've done it before, but the retroactive completion of quests is kind of weird. So we get the Naquadah coil blocks, and then we come down to Enriched Naquadah. It's meant to be used as the yet as implemented CEU native reactors. It's easiest to obtain. You can get it by the full Naquadah processing chain or by passing purified Naquadah dust. Is there a way to get that raw Naquadah now, or? It doesn't appear to be. Okay. Naquadah processing. Okay, I'll have to look through all that off camera. But the trinium, we are going to need that as well. The trinium coil blocks. Okay, so I will pause here and I will be back in a few. This episode's probably going to be a little bit longer than before. All right, see you shortly. All right, everybody, we're back. All right, so you can see I have the Naquadah coil blocks. They're all set up here. I also went ahead and encoded the enriched Naquadah dust, or ingot, which is the enriched Naquadah sulfate with the hydrogen gas. And of course, the nature of the beast, the ingot is going to come out hot, but it goes into the freezer, and that is that. All right, so here we have our enriched Naquadah ingot. I don't know if this is going to be necessarily a episode thumbnail, but we'll go for it. Okay, so I'm trying to squeeze a lot in to this episode, so maybe we call it here. Okay, so there's the enriched Naquadah, and that will lead to the trinium coils. Right now, we're not going to be able to get the HPCA, if I'm not mistaken, because we don't have, what was it? I think it was the, oh yeah, the HPCA is going to need that stuff right there. So let's take that back out. Now, at this point, I should have this. Oh, we have... Wait a minute. Data bank. Whatever happened to that data stick? Did I not have an interface on the output of this thing? I don't. Okay, so there's the HPCA. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here. While I'm here though, we'll go ahead and pop that in, and that will get us the LUV field generator data stick. So I'll probably pick this up in the next episode, and I'm more than likely going to be recording another episode immediately after, because I don't want to get out of schedule, if you will, with these episodes. I want to get this series done. I do apologize for the very late delay, but in any case, I think we accomplished, well, I kind of accomplished most of the things off camera, but we did do quite a bit between updating the pack, the assembly line setup here. Now I'm probably gonna have to like make more assembly lines going out that way, so I am gonna need to knock down this wall still, because I did originally plan to do that anyway for the HPCAs and the research station. So yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end the episode off here, and we'll come back next episode, and I'll see about getting some things ready. Namely the field generator and For the dinaquadide, that's gonna need trinium coils. So yeah, I will want to get trinium coils, particularly for the number 2 configuration. For the... Wait a minute. Enriched Naq Ingot foil. Trinium wire. I'm going to need to upgrade the assembler to ZPM. But I think it already is, if I'm not mistaken, but if it's not, it shouldn't be a big deal. Enriched Naquadah. Yeah, okay, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Trinium, though, I'm going to need to see about making sure that I have supplies on that. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to need to get... how do you spell it again? Caymanite? There we go. Going to need to get the Caymanite Microminer mission set up, which... Gotta get that T5 Microminer and all of this stuff here. Oh, that's right, plutonium. We got about 400 of that. I know I have to process a certain type of nuclear fuel to get the non-numbered plutonium. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, that melts down. Okay. Anyway, yeah, enough babbling. I'm going to end the episode off here. I hope you did enjoy, and we will get this pack completed. That being said, I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta for now.